it's Velvy. For the past week, I've been doing a little experiment. I wanted to see if using a non-screen graphics tablet could help both my workflow and my physical body. See, when I draw, I tend to hunch over my graphics tablet. My posture is quite forward, and if you look at me from the side, there is some visible tech neck. So theoretically, if I swap to a non-screen tablet, I should be able to sit up more and correct my posture, right? I was also curious to see if using a smaller graphics tablet could speed up my workflow or be more convenient. So, without further ado, let's get the experiment started. Firstly, I needed to actually buy a new graphics tablet. I didn't want to break the bank as I didn't know whether I'd actually like it or not. So I ended up buying the Huion Inspiroi H640p off of Amazon for $40 Australian. This isn't sponsored, by the way. Now that I'm reading back the script, it sounds really sponsored, but I swear it's not. It arrived the next day and I was quite impressed when I opened it. It was small, lightweight, and only had a single cable. Compared to my hulking huge Wacom with its cable spaghetti, this was a pleasant surprise. I unplugged my regular tablet and booted up the new one. But I did have some driver problems which took time to troubleshoot. It did come with a pen holder though. I did notice the pen felt a lot lighter and cheaper though. But what can you expect for a $40 tablet versus however much a 16-inch Wacom is? After I finished setting it up, I immediately went to work on some commissions. I've never used a screenless graphics tablet before, but it can't be that hard to use one, right? Turns out my hand-eye coordination skills were severely lacking. And because I was struggling to draw, I was gripping the pen too hard so my hand was getting sore. Hey, that rhymed. However, I did notice I was sitting upright. I found the most comfortable position was having the tablet on my lap and sitting all the way back in my chair. I did have to move my arm and shoulder forward to be able to draw, but I didn't need to look down at all. Tech neck defeated. It took most of the week to train up my hand-eye coordination. However, there was still a major drawback that really impacted my work. I found that using the non-screen graphics tablet meant that drawing was a lot slower. For a lot of people, this probably isn't that big of an issue, but for me, who draws for a living, this really puts a spanner in the works. The same sketch that would normally only take 15 minutes to complete now took 1 hour. This could just be because I'm not fully used to the tablet yet, but being able to see on the tablet where all the buttons are and where your cursor is makes the drawing process way faster. The extra few seconds it takes to hover your cursor over the rotate and zoom buttons add up in the end. This could be worked around by key binding all the essential buttons to the keyboard, but for me, it's just not worth doing that. Soon, the week-long experiment came to a close, and here are my final thoughts. I think if you draw for fun or don't have a super heavy workload, a non-screen graphics tablet could be really beneficial for you. Taking care of your body is super important, and your bones will remember all the shrimping you've done when you're older. But unfortunately for me, speed is my bestie, and I need to be able to draw quickly to keep up with my work schedule. Maybe this is a sign that I need to raise my prices and not accept as much work. There are definitely ways to make screen tablets more ergonomic, but I'm not sure there's too many options for the size of tablet that I'm using. Let me know if you have any tips. I've heard bigger screen tablets are better for ergonomics, and they're heavy enough to be mounted on an arm, so you don't have to look down as much. But I cannot afford that, so I'll have to make sure to add an extra couple of stretches to my routine and take more breaks. Shrimp forever. And that's all my thoughts for today. What kind of tablet do you prefer? I really liked how I could tuck away the non-screen tablet easily, but alas, it wasn't meant to be. Side note, Huion drivers and Wacom drivers do not like to exist together. I had to uninstall and reinstall if I wanted to swap between the tablets. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more art and fandom related videos. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!